What's going on YouTube? Marcel Boatwright. In this video, we're actually going to be taking a quick change of course and we're going to be going over the two Senate primary candidates, Cherry Beasley and Ted Budd, running in this upcoming North Carolina election. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it and see what these two candidates stand for. First up, we have Ted Budd. He's representing the Republican Party here in North Carolina, and he's already been endorsed by former President Trump. Ted Budd currently represents the North Carolina 13th Congressional District and is serving his third term. He also serves on the Consumer Protection and Financial Institutions Committee, the Diversity and Inclusion Committee, the Task Force for Artificial Intelligence, and on the Financial Services Committee. Ted Budd is married and has 3 children and holds a Master's in Business Administration from Wake Forest University and a Master's of Theology and Educational Leadership from Dallas Theological Seminary. Now we're going to go into some of the things that he stands for, things that he's voted on and against, and all of this stuff is on his website, which will be in the description below. So Ted Budd is pro-life and he is pro-overturning of Roe v. Wade. He has been questioned in an interview and he stated that even if the mother's life is in danger, he still will stand against abortion, and he believes all lives are sacred. He voted no on the Right to Contraception Act, H.R. 8373, which is to protect a person's ability to access contraceptives and to engage in contraception, and to protect a healthcare provider's ability to provide contraceptives, contraception, and information related to it. He voted no on Ensuring Access to Abortion Act of 2022, which prohibits anyone acting under state law from interfering with a person's ability to access out-of-state abortion services. He also voted no on the Respect for Marriage Act, which is providing statutory authority for same-sex and interracial marriages. He supports an all-of-the-above strategy for energy production, which will work on bringing lower prices to the gas pump and lower energy bills. He is for more tools for law enforcement to stop and punish rioting, looting, and mob violence. He believes every patient should have the right to choose their children's school and encourage schools to teach civics, U.S. history, and reinforce the values that made America great. He is a strong supporter of Israel, and he is pro-privatized healthcare and leaving the decisions to Americans compared to one all-encompassing system. He is pro the border wall and canceling funding for sanctuary cities that don't enforce immigration laws. He wants to bring down the budget deficit and lower government spending, and he is pro-gun and will do everything in his power to ensure the Second Amendment isn't infringed. And so once again, this is all stuff that can be found on his personal website. And of course, please do your own due diligence before you vote this upcoming election in November 18th. But regardless of how you stand, go register to vote. So next up, we have Democratic Senate candidate Cherry Beasley. All of the information I found here was also on her campaign website, so it'll be linked in the description below. So if you want to do some more research, please, feel free to do so. So Cherry Beasley is a North Carolina native and mother of 2 who has served as a public defender and judge. Cherry became the first African-American woman to serve as Chief Justice in the North Carolina Supreme Court and hopes to become the first African-American woman to serve as a North Carolina Senator, and she has created the first human trafficking court. If she wins office and becomes a senator for North Carolina, one of the things she'll be trying to undertake is immigration reform with a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants already in the country, and to reduce wait times for legal immigration and improve visa programs. She wants to expand on the Affordable Care Act with a public option to lower, which will lower prescription drugs, protect coverage for pre-existing conditions, and fighting to protect women's reproductive health care services. She is endorsed by Planned Parenthood Action Fund as well. She believes zip codes shouldn't determine funding for schools and wants to close the gaps between school districts' funding. She is for student loan reform and increased access to community colleges, HBCU, and minority-serving institutions funding. She would like to increase the minimum wage to $15 She stands for the affordable child care to allow parents to re-enter workforce if they so choose. Supports expanding programs that provide assistance to small business owners and entrepreneurs. Supporter of the labor movement, the PRO Act and Paycheck Fairness Act. And she supports making the child tax credit permanent, federal paid family and medical leave for new parents, and she created North Carolina family leave policy for North Carolina court employees while serving as the Chief Justice. She would like to expand policies that support farmers and the challenges they face, and she would like to put common sense policies on trade and tariffs, protecting North Carolina jobs and products. She supports solutions focusing on building and expanding housing options for our most vulnerable seniors, low-income families, veterans, and other individuals. She's a pro-carbon emission reduction and would like to reduce our emissions by 50% by 2030. She's pro-Freedom to Vote Act and John Lewis Voting Rights Act, pro-common sense gun legislation such as the universal background checks, encouraging safe storage, and closing loopholes to prevent domestic abusers and those with mental health issues from being able to obtain a gun. That is the Democratic Senate candidate Sherry Beasley and Republican Senate candidate Ted Budd. As we get closer to the primary election date, November 18th, make sure y'all go out and vote and make sure you're registered prior to. But as we get closer and they actually go on and do some more debates and release more information as to what they stand for, I will be creating more videos, more detailed videos, just to make everything more helpful to you. But till next time, if you have any advice, comments, suggestions, anything like that, please leave them in the comments below. I promise you won't hurt my feelings. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible, and I hope I presented the information as such. But till next time, I hope everyone's having a great day. Peace and love, baby.